Let's face it, competitive markets suck. Hey everybody, it's Lisa Zamora here with PMZ Real Estate in Northern California, and today I want to talk about some tips on how to get your offer accepted in a competitive seller's market. So we've all been there, right? We fell in love with a home, we put in an offer, and the seller didn't even look at it, or the seller didn't accept it, it went with a different offer. Now, this happens, unfortunately, it's just part of the process. But when it starts happening over and over and over, and you start getting discouraged, here are a couple of tips to help you along in getting your offer accepted next time. Tip number one, get pre-approved and have your pre-approval letter ready with your realtor on file so they can send it right away. In a competitive seller's market, most people are pre-approved, and sellers won't even let you look at the house unless they know that you're ready to go. I know I keep beating the pre-approval thing like a dead horse. I understand, and I've mentioned it up here a whole bunch of times, multiple videos. I'll link them above, but I keep mentioning it because it is super duper important. Super duper important. People won't let you into their house right now in this market, and it's super competitive. They will not even think twice about not letting you in because that's just they want to make sure that you're pre-approved for the amount that they're asking for before they even let you look. And it sucks, but that's what happens in a competitive market. So get pre-approved. Tip number 2, go in with your best offer. I know this sort of sounds contradictory to how most real estate tells you. They go, oh, give you some time for negotiation, some wiggle room. In competitive markets, negotiations just don't work. Super competitive markets, like the ones we currently have, they just don't offer time for negotiation. Sellers are getting so many offers that they want to see the best that everybody has, and that's what they're going to go with because that is what the market is sort of creating. So while most of the time when it's a normalized market or when it's a buyer's market, you'll have some wiggle room, some negotiation. You can offer, a little bit off asking price and you might be able to negotiate. Unfortunately, in a competitive seller's market, you don't have that luxury. So you have to go in with your top and best offer right off the bat, the best you can do, and hope you can outbeat everybody else that's putting an offer in on that property. Sometimes you can't. Don't get discouraged, but don't try to negotiate either. This is not the time for negotiation. Tip number 3 is sort of kind of an anti-tip. Some realtors will tell you to write a little, what we call in the real estate, a love letter. But really, it's a letter to the seller to try and win your offer over and try and pull a little bit on the emotional, heartstrings. Oh, we really love your property. We could see our family here, all this sort of stuff. That used to be something that realtors would encourage buyers to do, but it can actually cause some legal trouble, and we've sort of been told not to do that anymore. I've never encouraged anybody to do that because it seems unnecessary and I don't really want to involve that in the process. But some other realtors I've even heard that. My realtor, when I was buying a house, told me, oh, you should write them a letter, let them know, let them picture, you in their house and da. And it's great, and it sounds like it's a personal touch to the offer, and that it might give you like a one-up if they can relate to your story, but it actually is not that, ethical to do that because it can just cause some mess, and we don't want to cause any extra mess. So if your realtor is encouraging you to write a love letter, you should probably, opt out. Tip number 4 is get an idea of what the seller's motivation is. And what I mean by that is, obviously, you shouldn't contact the seller. That is your agent, their agent situation, right? So what I mean by get the seller's motivation is have your realtor ask Why is the seller selling? Are they selling because they have to move and they have to sell right away? Are they selling because they're interested in, getting rid of some investment properties that they have and it's an investment property of theirs? Is money their main factor? Are they trying to get the best price? Is time their main factor? Are they just trying to move it quickly? There's a lot of different motivations for people to sell. So, the best thing you can do to know how to write your offer up in the best way is to sort of get an idea of what the seller's motivation actually is. If it's just a family who's looking to upgrade their house and they have a little time and they're trying to find their house, so it's contingent and they have some space and some time and stuff like that, then obviously time is not of the essence to them, but price might be, because they need to get the best price on their house so they can put in a good price on their new house. So you just got to find what is actually the motivation behind the seller selling so you can write up your offer accordingly. My final tip is have a realtor that's ready to go and available to you so you can put in your offer as quick as possible. What I mean by this is make sure you're working with somebody who is really responsive and on the ball with you so that you don't say, yeah, let's go, let's make an offer, and then they're MIA for a day or two, and guess what? You've lost the little tiny window that you had. Make sure that your realtor is responsive to you. Make sure that they're on top of the ball. Make sure that they're ready to go and can get you your paperwork and sign and get the offer in. Make sure that they're talking to the seller's agent. Make sure that there's open communication. Communication is key in these kind of situations. So make sure that they are there and present and you can tell them, yes, let's go, and they're gonna go. It's important. Time is of the essence in these situations. Now, are you not sure if you're in a buyer's market or a seller's market? I have a little video here that'll help explain it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.